If you still don't know me yet, my name is Gio. I'm doing this this kind of vlog right now because I just want to show you how my day goes. I mean, the main reason nag-vlog ko or doing this YouTube creation and all is because I got involved into online teaching. And online teaching was my first content in GeoTube, and I just want to make this update about Utalk because Utalk was the first company na nagtagal ako sa online teaching, almost 6 months of working there. And why am I doing this, shaving and all? Well, why not? And I need to do this vlog because I want to make an update about Utalk because I am still getting a lot of messages from people asking me about Utalk and everything, and they don't know na I left na. So I need to do this, and I have to make a video about the reason why I left Utalk. Alright, so you better stick around and watch till the end of this video. This is GeoTube. Okay, so this is how my usual daily routine goes. I always use human nature, okay, for toner. And okay, so why am I doing this? Again, as mentioned earlier, why not? I just want you to see how I fix myself during the day. Okay, so the reason why I got involved into ESL online teaching, first is my business went down, okay? As some of you know, my business went down because of the pandemic. I manage a travel company. As you all know, travel is actually one of the industries, okay? Traveling industry is actually one of the industries that got hardly hit by the pandemic. So, nung nag-lockdown nung March, of course, yung business ko din na-lock din. So, biglang nawala yung negosyo ko na the business actually has been operating for 9 years na sana this year. And, my God, hindi ko in-expect na mangyayari yan sa akin. It never really occurred to me that mawawala yung negosyo ko. I would say that my travel agency or travel company was my bread and butter. Dun ko kinukuha lahat ng mga expenses ko, ng mga luho ko and all. Lahat ng mga travel expenses ko came from my company, travel company. So I was able to travel business class, always business class, a luxurious travel because of that. It's because it's free. Okay, I got perks and everything. Okay, so I got involved into online teaching because of that actually is even up to now, okay? Yun yung pinaka main reason talaga na I got involved into ESL online teaching, and online teaching or teaching to kids of native speakers of English because I had an experience teaching ESL to Thai students in the past. That is back in 2001 in Bangkok. So I was living and working in Bangkok for almost 6 years. And, excuse me. So, parang hindi na mahirap sa akin magturo, especially to these people who don't know anything about English. Or, yung mga tao na hindi talaga marunong mag-English. Okay? So, fast forward, I was hired. Utalk Philippines. Utalk is audio class, okay? So, madali lang sa akin yung Utalk because audio class lang talaga. You don't need to, to do like this, to put on powder and everything. Madali lang. Well, I got accepted sa Utalk nung kasagsagan ng lockdown. So basically, I had nothing else to do. Nasa bahay lang ako most of the time. So yung ginawa ko that time is fully loaded ako sa schedule sa Utalk. So wala akong day off. So for the whole week, I mean, from Sunday to Saturday, may work ako every night from 5 p.m. to 10 in the evening. Yun yung work ko. So I work 5 hours every night sa Utalk. So everything was okay. And actually, may ginawa din ako na Saturday. Because, well, ambisyosa. I wanted to work from 1 p.m. until 4 and then 5 p.m. to 10. Because, well, medyo malaki naman talaga yung sahod ng Utalk compared to other ESL companies. Some companies are charging as low as 80 pesos per hour. Actually, Utalk, yung binigay sa akin na rate, was 160 per hour. So, okay lang sa akin, 160 per hour. And then, hindi naman talaga 1 hour straight yung klase. Actually, the classes in Utalk, we have 25-minute classes, okay? So, for 25 minutes, I was earning 80 pesos. I know it's not that, I know the salary is not as high compared to what I was earning before, but for me, okay na yun. You're just sitting down and then audio class, the students will not see you, okay? So that is fine with me. So I was happy. I was happy during that time. Okay, so let's go to the first reason why I left Utalk. Yung first reason is actually the protocol. We were already told na may protocol talaga. Na before you can teach, you have to observe this protocol. Yung first protocol is you have to time in using DingTalk. And itong DingTalk, para siyang yung time out mo sa trabaho, yung ganun. So you have to do this. You have to clock in. For example, kung nagtuturo ako ng 5 p.m. So I have to clock in at least 1 hour before 5 p.m. So dapat at least 4 p.m. nakapag-check-in na ako. What makes it so irritating is I have to do this dun talaga sa router kung saan na-register yung phone ko. DingTalk is an app na wherein doon lahat ng communication na ginagawa namin all. So ginagawa namin lahat yun sa DingTalk. And number one is yung timing in doon sa DingTalk. I cannot teach if hindi ako nakapag-time in. That is really annoying at times. Well, yung una pa lang, because during the lockdown wala akong ginagawa. So I was able to do that immediately, yung timing in, wala akong problema. But after months of working, sometimes I find it so unfair kasi if I wasn't able to time in, then lahat ng bookings ko biglang mawawala. That's number one. And the second is after the bookings are gone, then may mga deductions pa per classes. So I cannot handle that anymore because there were times na I cannot really avoid na tao lang tayo, hindi ako robot na I have to do this protocol every now and then na talagang walang mistake. So there were times really na nakakalimutan ko mag-time in. I know it's my fault, but I just really find it so unfair. And for example, nasa labas ako, again, DingTalk is an app that you have to install dun sa phone mo. And dapat smartphone talaga kasi of course hindi siya mag-work if your phone is not smartphone. So, for example, 5 p.m. ako nagtuturo, nasa labas pa ako like 4 p.m. and then kung pwede lang sana na makapag-time in na ako na 1 hour or 4 p.m. or at least earlier. Actually, I can do that. But I have to do that dun talaga sa bahay ko, which is dun sa kwarto ko talaga kasi dun ako nagtuturo. The router is there. So my router is registered doon sa DingTalk. So I cannot do the time in or clocking in sa labas. As much as I want to teach outside, actually hindi ko nagawa yan. Kasi kung magtuturo ako dun sa labas ng bahay ko, there was actually a time na nasa bahay ako ng kapatid ko. Then I want to teach there na lang sa bahay ng kapatid because, Utalk is audio class. Di na kailangan mag-set up ng video. So, actually, pwede kong gawin doon sa bahay, but I have to go back to my house. I have to drive back to my house and clock in. And then kung gusto kong bumalik dun sa bahay ng kapatid ko, then I will go back there. But hindi ko na ginawa yun. Kasi it's not, it's very impractical. So, yan lang. And then the second one is after you were able to clock in, then pupunta ka dun sa teaching platform ng Utalk, then you have to check in. That's number 2. Mag-check in ka. That means just to let them know that you are ready to teach. And actually, pag nakalimutan mong mag-check in, actually pwede rin, you can conduct the class even without checking in, but it's not going to be valid. Even if you have conducted the class for the whole 25 minutes, kahit ginalingan mo na, hindi siya magiging valid. So, wala. And then you have another deduction for that. And after ka makapag-check in, then you have to conduct the class. That's the third one. Check in, conduct the class. And the third one is you tag the class kung ano siya. If it is, did you successfully conduct the class? Was there a failure dun sa part na estudyante kasi hindi maganda yung connection? May mga tagging categories dun. And the last one is you have to comment, which is actually very normal to most, if not all, ESL online companies. You really have to make comments dun sa mga klase na you were able to handle. Okay? So, ang daming protocols. Then if you are not able to successfully perform all these protocols, then lahat ng mga pinagtuturuan mo ay magiging invalid kahit na ginalingan mo nga, like what I mentioned earlier, and with deductions then. And the deductions are crazy. Okay? And I will talk about that later on. Lalabas muna ako. Hi guys. First time ko mag-ingunaan eh. Nga ako ang kuan. Welcome to 2 million subscribers. Okay, so number 2, the second reason why I left is, actually sinulat ko dito, there's just too many monthly trainings and evaluations. Okay, so I totally understand why we are doing monthly trainings. Actually very beneficial siya, especially for those teachers na walang experience talaga, because these trainings will actually help them to grow to become an effective online ESL teacher. But for me, actually yung first time akong sumali, actually it was okay. It was fine with me, but after in the long run, parang it was too much na eh. Not just that we are having these trainings, meron pang exams na we have to take. And there are times na hindi ako pumapasa sa exam. And I don't know why. Siguro lang hindi ko lang ginalingan. But actually, the exams are actually very easy. And magtataka lang ako minsan kung bakit hindi ako nakakapasa. Well, maybe just, hindi lang talaga ako pumasa. That's it. But I didn't dwell on that because I know my abilities. And the other one is that aside from the monthly trainings, twice a month, and then the examination, aside from that, there were also evaluations, okay? And evaluations are done twice a month. And what made it so depressing, or what made it so frustrating, is that evaluations are done randomly. So, kahit anong times na, kahit anong schedule is, they will just have to select that. So, example, nagtuturo ako ng 5 p.m. and then I will stop teaching at 10. So, for example, kung yung pipiliin nilang schedule is 9:30, diba? So, if 9:30 p.m., pagod na ako doon. So, my energy was down already. Hindi na ako, yung parang, ayoko na magturo nun kasi pagod na, diba? Tao lang tayo. So, of course, if you are not at the top of your game and then you were being evaluated dun sa pinaka-last period na, then of course, hindi maganda yung evaluation mo, diba? So, and aside from that, aside from this evaluation, yung sometimes yung naiirita ako is, Utalk is actually, they actually have this pronunciation. Yung UVS na sinasabi nila, for example, yung school, SC, diba, or SK yung pagka-pronounce, is magiging SG. So you have to say school. And spoon, SB, it will become spoon. Okay? And so it's not really normal for me to say those words. Kasi, of course naman why would you say school, Why would you say spoon, spicy, diba? Nakakatuwa lang minsan, and it will take a lot of time for you to get used to pronounce those words, diba? So aside from the UVS, yung very strange pronunciation, another one is when you are being evaluated, you are also being evaluated based on how you with your accent. And sometimes, I find it so funny because Utalk is trying so hard for us to sound like American. And actually, in my case, I don't try. Hindi ako yung tipong tao na I have to try so hard to sound American, to have an American accent, because ganito talaga yung accent ko. I'm not so concerned with with my accent kasi, well, I've been traveling to so many countries and I know how people sound like. As long as you are being understood, then well, that is okay with me. But of course, if you are teaching English as a second language, especially for us Filipinos, it's a big no to have a Filipino accent. But there are just times na parang nahihirapan akong mag-pronounce ng words perfectly, okay? Tao lang tayo, I'm not a robot. So I find it a disadvantage sometimes kasi nga Utalk is trying to build an image. Now, the teachers are having an American accent. And there was even a time that I was even told by this one evaluator that she told me that you can never hear a native speaker speak these sentences, or these lines. My God, have you even been to America? I don't think so. I've been hearing a lot of Americans say those lines, but she's claiming that you can never hear an American say those lines. But girl, you have to go to the US or to the UK or to Australia or anywhere else for you to say that. So this is my city. This is Tagum City. Ganda, no? Yung mga, we have these palm trees on both sides. So our city is actually known as the City of Palms. You have a lot, because you're going to see a lot of palm trees. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the third reason why I left Utalk. And this is their very crazy deductions. Nakakaloka yung mga deductions. And actually gumawa ako ng video before, yung the pros and cons in ESL teaching. And I mentioned there yung mga deductions. I think not all ESL companies have big deductions. And actually yung iba nga is walang mga deduction, but Utalk has, oh my God, ang laki ng mga deductions nila. Mas malaki pa yung mga deduction kaysa kikitain mo per hour. For example, kung nagpaalam ka na hindi ka makapagturo on that particular hour 3 hours before your scheduled time, then you will have 80% deduction. And if it's less than 3 hours, then you will have 100% deduction. So in my case, I earn 160 per hour. So that means I will have 160 deduction for 1 hour. So if bigla akong hindi makapagturo, pag hindi ako nagpaalam sa kanila, nag-AWOL ako. Okay? So you know how much? It's 300%. Okay? So 300% times your rate on that particular hour, or for 25 minutes, kasi 25 minutes yung klase, then you will have that big amount of deduction. Imagine 300% sa kikitain mo. That's crazy. Really, that's so crazy. So andito na tayo sa bahay ko. Okay, so, well, Utalk is not all negative, Ang dami ring mga positive. I can say a lot of positive things about the company. Number one is yung support nila, yung teacher support nila. I can say that, ang ganda. Kasi if you want to contact them, the people like your TL, your team leader, sasagot yan sila immediately if you're going to text them or send a message through Utalk. Kasi as mentioned, Utalk is the app wherein we get to communicate sa lahat ng communication dun sa Utalk. So isang message lang, sasagot sila immediately. That's one very positive feedback that I can give to Utalk. Kasi again, not all companies are like that. I worked with some other companies in the past. ESL online companies, I mean. And my God, hindi sila sumasagot. I just don't know why. I don't know why they don't answer queries from the people who are working with them, not for them. Okay? And the second one is that hindi siya delay yung earning. I wouldn't say it's salary. Because hindi kami I mean, we don't have an employee-employer relationship. So again, to all you guys who are listening, who are still new to the ESL online teaching, remember that hindi kayo empleyado. Kasi if empleyado kayo, then you should have SSS, FinHealth, and all. You are a contractor, and don't call it a salary because it's not your salary. It's what you earn from working as an ESL online teacher. You're a contractor, okay? So, yan yung bayad nila sa'yo, okay? It's not a salary again. So, hindi siya delayed. Hindi delayed yung kinikita namin. Well, if you have East-West Bank, kasi yan yung preferred nila na bangko, then on the day na for the depositing of your income, then you will get it. You will get it on that same day. Unless, of course, kung BPI yung sa'yo, Metrobank, or BDO, may delay siya mga 1 or 2 days, I think. Pero in my case, kasi nag-open ako ng East-West Bank, so it's fine. So, if you're going to ask me kung recommended ba yung Utalk, especially to those guys who are still aspiring to become a part of the company, then I would say na go ahead. Mag-apply kayo kasi maganda pa rin yung Utalk eh. Again, compared to other ESL companies, Utalk actually gives a much higher rate compared to all of them. Again, yung starting rate nila is 150 per hour. And as mentioned earlier, may ibang companies na they are giving 80 pesos per hour. That is sobrang baba. You have to be really prepared dun sa mga deductions kasi ang lalaki ng deductions, my God. Actually, again, the deductions are the main reason. These deductions are the main reasons why I left the company. Kasi pag hindi lang ganito kalaki yung deduction, then I don't think I will leave the company. But it's a good experience, it's a good start. Marami kayong matututunan sa Utalk, that I can guarantee you. And I'm not discouraging all of you to quit if nasa Utalk kayo or if you want to apply. No. I'm still telling you na go ahead. Apply sa company, apply sa Utalk because it's a good experience. And you will learn a lot in the company. Okay? So, thank you so much for sticking around. And I hope that, well, naintindihan niyo ako. If you want to make negative comments, go ahead, bash me. But I'm ready for them. I have my own reason. Okay, si Michelle Gubabaw pa. This is my story, and I'm telling you my story now. All right. So thank you so much for sticking around. And again, don't forget to like this video, click subscribe, and hit that bell button so you get updates later on. This is you.